Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Robyn Scherer Photography. Today we're going to talk about the Denoise feature in Lightroom and how it can improve the quality of your image. So with that, let's jump right in. I'm going to start with this image and I'm going to reset it back to Sook, straight out of camera. And here is the original image right out of camera. I'm going to pop my preset on and then I will go ahead and crop. This is the rule of thirds. If you haven't subscribed to my website, to my channel, go ahead and do that now. I do have videos on cropping, composition, why it matters, how you can draw the viewer into your image. We won't go deep into that, but I will touch on that right now. So this is the rule of thirds, and there's a building here to help me know that it's straight. And I'm going to bring the crosshairs to her eye. That's where I'm going to bring the viewer's eye. We will start there, and I'm going to go ahead and brighten the image, and I'm going to use the eyedropper to check white balance. So I will touch on something white or mid-tone gray. You can see that brought a lot of magenta in, which I don't love in this particular image, so I will drop it down. And now I'll use the eyedropper to check her skin tone. So with skin tone, and I do have another video on that and why it's important to check your RGB numbers in the target to make sure you're getting a creamy skin tone. I will touch on it right here. The RGB numbers in this target should be 85, 78, 68. As long as you're within points of that, you will probably be achieving a creamy skin tone. I'm pretty happy with this. I'll work on it just a second more so you can watch the changes. So we're at 83, 74, 64. I will go ahead and drop the magenta, drop the warmth a bit, bring up the exposure, come back in. So I'm at 86, 78, 69. It's almost exactly on point. So it would be 85, 78, 68. So I'm pretty happy with that skin tone. I'm going to leave it right there. I will use adaptive portrait to smooth the skin. I do have a video on using the adaptive portrait presets. Now that will only affect the facial skin. I'm gonna do the eyes and they're a bit too white. So if you come in here and grab the eyes, you can lower how bright it's making the whites. And the overall portrait lighting is great. I feel like it's a little bit too much for her skin, so I will drop it one more. So I'm liking that. I do want to touch up the skin. I will go ahead and use a skin brush. And I will mention, I do have a video on creating brushes so that you can touch up eye, skin, anything in the image really. And then you can also update that brush if you need to. This is my skin brush I use quite a bit. I'm just going to brush that over her. Okay, so with that, let's get started. I'm going to clean up some things around here with the removal tool. So with generative AI, that's going to work best with something complicated against the dress. So we subtract, we remove. Now, generative AI will take a little bit longer than if you were just using the remove tool on its own. Using the generative AI will give you a more specific removal and a better removal in my experience. So if you wanted to get rid of something like this, you can not use that and just use the remove tool. It'll do a pretty decent job on just a basic backdrop such as the sand. I'll give you one more example here. And easy. But to do the hair, if I were just to use that here, it doesn't do that great of a job as you can see. So I will take that out, use generative AI, and I will go back. It was a very windy day. She had very curly hair. I'm just going to clean it up so you can see how the remove tool works with generative AI. Again, I do have another video on that that goes more into depth on it. I will use it a little bit here so you can see it. It does a pretty good job. Now, we'll close that. And remember, you can always use the backslash to check your before and after. That way you can always check that you're not making crazy corrections. So I'm pretty happy with those little updates. So here we'll go into the Denoise button. We'll zoom in here. So here, if you click this target, you can click it on what you want to see here. And you have your sharpening and denoise sliders here. I'm going to use the denoise here. So once I click that, it will ask me how much. So I chose 40. I can go to 50. We'll drag it here. This is going to show you what it looks like enhanced. I'm going to go ahead and go up to 50. And so it's showing you the difference, and it's pretty remarkable. So when I click that, we are now at an NEF image. It will change it to a DNG. Now I will say the denoise button is a little bit time consuming, but if you're in a pinch and you've taken an image that you really love, but it wasn't super tack sharp, this can definitely help you. And I have used it in a couple of settings where it was almost dusk and the image wasn't quite tack sharp, but I still wanted to deliver it. The denoise button really brought the image into focus more than it was straight out of camera. So I was very happy to have this option. So it's just about done, as you can see. And I can also show you how this piece of hair, we can remove it with the generative AI. It does a really good job on tight areas like this where you don't want to distort the image whatsoever. So this is almost done, and you'll see that it will stack it and create a DNG image. So here we are, and it's just about done. Now it put it, so here, now this is the DNG enhanced image. So I'm going to mark it a 5 here. So now we are going to zoom in even closer to right here, and we're going to remove that piece of hair. And I actually will remove, I am not sure, let's see here. Let's go into 5s, and we can bring that a little bit closer. Let's zoom in. Let's go into here. Now we can get rid of these using generative AI. Now, if you make this very thin, you can go right over that piece of hair, subtract. Now it will do a really good job of taking that hair out from across her eye without distorting the pupil, and it will take just a second. So let's wait for that magic to happen. In the meantime, go ahead and click subscribe, and if you want to pop in an image in the comments that you use the denoise feature on and show me, I would love to see it. I would love for you guys to hop in and show me your images. Your befores and afters would be fantastic, and let me know if you'd like to see a video on anything else. But yeah, I would love to see what you're doing in Lightroom. So you can see that did a pretty great job. So before, after, and it didn't interrupt her pupil. So with that, I will leave you. Thanks for hopping in, and leave a comment. Like I said, leave it before and after. I'd love to see your work. And that's it. I'm hoping you guys are having a great December, a great holiday season, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.